Alright, we're going to be watching Hamslayer, who's playing Rammatra on New Queen Street, and this is gold. I have the least experience with the tank role. I tried Rammatra for the first time yesterday, and I'm hooked. Here's a game where the enemy team played really well, but the game still ended up close. I want to know how to improve my cooldown usage and awareness in general as a tank. Okay, cool. So we're going to go over this probably pretty quickly. I don't think I need to spend a lot of time in this video, because a lot of the mistakes you make are fairly basic, I would say. So for perspective, if this was on PC, this would probably be upper bronze, something like that. Maybe like bronze 2-ish, bronze 3-ish. Definitely a significant difference from PC, but we'll play it and you'll see what I mean pretty quickly. For starters, you're going the wrong way. The important area to fight is over here on the right side by the statue, so you want to take high ground control and then push down from there. You do not want to be going over to the left, and you're going to figure out why pretty quickly. You're kind of sitting over here doing nothing. You see how your whole team is going to the right, and you're the only one who's going to the left. So you spam a little bit over here. You see their tank has gone right side, which is the correct play. You see the whole, like both teams are both switching to the right, and you find yourself way out of position. And now you have to rotate over, and you're a little slow, which might not seem a big deal, but their Rhine has already gotten all the way over and taken control of your stair, which means that your team can no longer walk up to the right, so it's forcing them backwards. And they get forced backwards, they don't have angles, they don't have cover, and it's bad for them. Anyway, you lose 2 teammates right off the start. I don't know if you're wearing a headset, but if you are not, definitely wear a headset to make sure that you have directional audio, because you actually heard this happening for quite some time and you see you're not actually paying attention to it at all. So sound, very, very important for this game. Very, very important for you to recognize, hey, look, this Reaper plus Mercy is attacking my team, because you could have stopped this at any moment in time by coming over here and then shielding off or attacking or vortexing or anything. Instead, you're shooting this Rhine really far away, which is not going to make any difference on this fight whatsoever. You're down 2 already. You're actually down 3 now, which means the fight's basically lost. You vortex this Reaper, which in general might seem like a good play, except that Reaper plus Mercy actually beats you straight up, so this is not going to go well for you. You see that the Reaper, luckily the Mercy stops healing him, but you see that you're not actually winning this fight, right? So basically, you put Vortex down, which forced the Reaper to stay, but staying is bad for you, because the Reaper beats you 1-1. Reaper beats most tanks one-on-one, sort of. It's like actually quite a bit more complicated than that, but a Reaper plus Mercy beats all tanks, right? There is no tank in the game that can consistently beat a Reaper when he's being healed by Mercy. There's just no chance of you winning that right now. So you're forced to back out. You shield. I think you should have shielded even further back, honestly. One technique you can think of is to turn and then shield as you run through it, if you have time. Because you see how quickly the Reaper, like you block one shot from the Reaper because of how much forward you had to put that shield. You get super low. You vortex, which is probably the best you can do right now. Your support's doing a good job keeping you alive. You should stop blocking right now. Reaper's reloading, right? Stop blocking. Go for the Rhine right now. You don't want to go stay. So, general lesson for Reaper as tanks: stay away from Reaper. Do not move near the Reaper if at all possible. Fight as far away as you can, or fight in such a way that you can prevent him from dealing damage to you, as a good general rule. So you pop shield here. The shield is unnecessary, right? No one's even using the shield. No one's shooting at the shield. You see, like, they're already retreating here. The shield does nothing. That's a wasted cooldown, and that's a big cooldown. Shield is huge. A really good determinant of good Rammatras versus bad Rammatras is when and where they put shields down. You throw this Vortex. The Vortex, by the way, try not to hit people with it because it's going to bounce off. You see it bounces off and then lands probably closer than you want it. You want to throw the Vortex over here to slow down the Rhine to get the kill. Right, spin the Rhine, great, get the kill. So Reaper's gonna attack here. Again, block's fine, yep. Right, chase him down, hopefully, see if you can get the kill. See the Ashe is low, yep, great, get the kill there. I would shield right now for your Kiriko, right, put the shield down right here to save your Kiriko. So you pop ulti here, which is, I would say, not phenomenal. I don't know that ulti's gonna change anything about this fight, really. I would probably just shield and then go after I would shield the Reaper off and then go after the Baptiste. Vortex would again pull the Baptiste to the ground. You're jumping way too much in general. I would say you should look up why you should not jump. There are many, many videos on why jumping is bad, but do not jump. Do not spam jump in general. So you Vortex the Reaper here. You should have put down shield first. Right, sorry, I'm kind of like flying through this material, but I'm trying to about to do something else, so I'm just trying to get this video out quickly. So you should shield first. Against this Reaper, obviously, because the Reaper just shreds you. Reaper does 217 damage, I think, something like that, per second. Okay? For perspective, Rammatra does 100 with staff, assuming all of your attacks hit and no headshots, and 80 damage with punch. So the Reaper does 2 to 3 times as much damage as you do. Okay? Like, it's not even close. So you would need to have 3 times as much health as him, which you most certainly do not, in order to prevent him from in order to win that 1v1. And it's way easier for him to land every shot than it is for you to land every shot. So shield, very, very important part of winning that fight. So you see, again, don't get close to the Reaper. If you're going to punch out as far as you possibly can from him. Don't get closer and closer like you're doing right now. This makes it easier and easier for him to hit you. Honestly, he's just missing a lot of shots, which is why you're not getting shredded here. Great, Baptiste is here. You should have shot the lamp to make sure the lamp dies. Shielding off from Ryan does nothing. You should have just held shield, right? Shield doesn't stop melee attacks, doesn't stop fire strike. So, by the way, your staff does more damage against tanks than your punches do. So you should think about using your staff more, right? I think you just rotate to the left and fight him at an angle where he has to either shield you or shield your team. I think moving next to all of your team may end up getting you shattered here, but he doesn't have shatter right now. If you are going to fight the Rhine, don't fight him at point blank because your punches are longer range than his swing. So, in general, try to fight unfair fights, right? If their Reinhardt's swing range is like 5 meters, let's say, right? Your punch range is like 8 meters. So, fight him from 8 meters away, not 5 meters away. So, again, you're just kind of putting shield down to put shield down, not because it's actually useful. Shield would be useful here, not here. You see how quickly they got out of it? Your shield usage in general is not helpful to you at all. So, you should be running forward right now. You have team control, you have robot control, you have momentum. Just keep running forwards right now. Don't stop. You see how you're slowing down right now? Don't stop. Just keep going forwards. Right? I would say just force out the Reaper really quickly, but I don't really want to chase the Reaper. I want to keep chasing this team. Okay? Reaper, not necessarily a good fight for you. I guess he is going to rejoin his team. Fine, that's fine. It's funny because the Reaper should easily be able to win this fight. He's just missing, but... Alright, poker down. Great. You should get ready for shield in the next corner. Too close. You want to put shields down as far as you possibly can as Rammatra, as a good piece of advice, right? You don't want shield here, you want shield here. You want shield as far as you can that they don't want to walk through it, right? If you put the shield like over here, they're going to walk through the shield, right? But if you put the shield over here, they're not going to walk through that shield. Reapers in your backline is correct call to turn around. You are too far away, unfortunately, for these punches. You should really stop jumping because you actually miss a punch there because of your jump. You shouldn't walk into Ryan's swing range. You're helping Ryan farm shadow right now. I also don't know that I would have popped ulti here because I don't even think you're taking that much damage. Yeah, you're at 675. So ulti gives you extra bonus armor. What is it, like 225, something like that? So you want to make sure you've taken some damage first before you pop ulti to get maximum value out of it. So there's a lot of punch missing here, which is no good. You shouldn't miss punches on tanks ever. I think that's a good general rule on pretty much all heroes. Mercy's here trying to do a res because she's crazy. So you're advancing. I would vortex behind. Again, another shield that's not doing anything. The Ashe isn't even looking at you and she's clearly going to back away. You should have vortexed behind her to prevent her from getting away. You want to push up and kill that Baptiste right now. Right? You should be super aggressive right now. You should push up and try to kill the Baptiste. Now it's too late, but you had an opportunity there. You can hear the Reaper on your right. Yep, great. I think Vortex is okay. The Reaper's pulling back. I would think about chasing him down here too, right? There's a possibility that you can go through this way, pop Nemesis, and hunt him down and kill him because he's 2-shot range right now. And if there's no supports there, you can die very fast. So Shadow's coming. Yep. Ryan gets Shadow every 2 fights. So did he Shadow in the previous fight? No, he has Shadow this fight. You should put shield down preemptively and then go to the side of the Rhine and then punch the heck out of him because you're going to force him to shatter before he's ready, right? Shield, shift to the left, punch. He either shatters you or shatters the team, right? Don't allow him to shatter both, which is a mistake here, right? So you lose your Moira as a result. You put down shield. Again, not a helpful shield. It's too far forwards, right? You start punching out the Reaper. You can see how you're just not able to keep up with the Reaper. Like, it's just not something that you can really do. As long as he's being healed, you're never going to kill him, right? You see, you're not even close to killing him. This is a good general rule. You're just having a lot of trouble with the Reaper, right? He just shreds you. He's coming up again. Right, good headshots. Follow him. Right, follow. Okay, now he gets healed. Whatever, is what it is. I'd get ready to try to stall before forward spawn if I can. I don't have anybody. Yeah, so just chill for now. Just spam. Keep spamming. Try to farm your ulti. Like, you still have what, like 60? Yeah, 69 ammo right now. Don't reload. Just keep spamming. Spam right now. Get your ulti. Right? You get another 5, 10, 15% right now. You can't do anything about anything that's happening over there. That's not your responsibility. Just spam main. Right? Oh, I guess you're helping your Kiriko get back, but spam main, right? Stop. Don't. This shield's not doing anything, right? Too early for the shield. You would want the shield like in a couple seconds. So, yeah, you're just kind of getting wrecked here. Reset. So, actually, let's go back to look at this fight really quick. So, shield happens too early. You are too aggressive here. Just in general, just the timing here is no good. You hear the Reaper and you hear him start shooting right now, there's no reason for you to commit into the Rhine. You should just deal with the Reaper right away, right? So that audio awareness is not happening. Right? Reaper is like #1 target for you to peel / deal with before you do anything else, because the Reaper's timing is no good. He initiated that fight before you were committed, which is a mistake. So you should kill the Mercy right now. No, don't kill the Reaper. Kill the Mercy. So the Mercy was right next to you. All right, you can kill the Mercy. You did not need ulti here, by the way. So right now, this is a 4-on-2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't want to ulti here. You only want to ulti when you absolutely need the ulti to win the fight. Without the ulti, you would not win the fight, right? Or the fight's outcome would be very much in question. So now you wasted your ultimate, which is really unfortunate. This shield is not great because they're already in retreat mode. I would pop Nemesis right now and finish. Yep. You should have stayed slightly. See, this is just like a mistake. Instead of swinging wide around this corner, play tight, and that way you would have been in range for this punch that is gonna barely miss because of range. Okay, this punch just barely misses her because you're too far away, which would have killed her before Lamp got popped. And now that Lamp's popped, now you have to stall here, and now the Ashe isn't dead. And if the Ashe is dead, this next fight would be an easy win. But because the Ashe isn't dead, you get shattered, and then you get charged. Maybe probably killed here, I assume. Yeah, you're gonna die here. So again, you could easily have won that fight if you just slightly better mechanics, right? Play close to that edge when you're chasing, and get that kill. Reaper's here again. Put shield down. Right, punch, great, good tracking. So kill Orion, right? They are making big mistakes right now. Just stay out of range of. Yep. So again, try not to hit people with the vortex because then it bounces like that. You need to advance quickly. Again, shields do nothing against Rhine. Do not block fire strikes. Yep, great. Advance. Don't again, another bad shield. You're just slightly out of range. Yep, now you're too close, right? So you got to play that close, right? Rhine goes forwards, right? Like Rhine goes forwards towards you, you go back, right? Rhine goes back, you go forwards. Rhine goes forwards, you go back. Rhine goes backwards, you go forwards. That's the dance that you're supposed to do as Rammatra, right? That's how you can just constantly keep hitting him without him being able to hit you. You should be advancing right now, except for the Reaper. Another shield that's totally useless. I mean, I would say in general, your shields are really bad. Like, I would say on a 0 to 100 scale, or 100 is perfect scale, shields and 0 is like useless shields, you're probably at like a 25. The vast majority of shields do absolutely nothing. You should not walk through window like that, even with ulti. Ulti doesn't actually make you stronger, for the record. A lot of people like get this confused. The ulti does not make you stronger in any way other than refreshing your armor, right? So like you're just as vulnerable as you normally are. This was an incredibly aggressive peak. I would have just chilled around the corner and waited for window to expire, because your team is currently zoned out. You're gonna end up dying here, which is another wasted ulti. I would say pretty much all of your ultis have been wasted so far, which is another reason why it's making it hard to win games. Again, you don't need to move so close to him. It's unnecessary to move so close to him. And thankfully, their Rhine makes a million mistakes as well, so it's all kind of evening out. Try to spam out the entire staff. Again, don't move next to the Reaper. Great, Reaper's dead. Don't move next to the Rhine. You're just having a lot of trouble with like range here. So unfortunate. You definitely could have killed the Ana at least with just better aim, but you know, it is what it is. So you pop Nemesis here to chase the Ana, but then you don't chase the Ana. Like, I think this is a good opportunity right now. I don't know if the Ana has, yeah, she's still asleep, but like you could try to force it out, see what happens. Right? Maybe she misses it, but you could like jiggle peek here on the sides of the bus stop. But overall, you know, not so great. You're just letting the Ana live for no reason. I don't know if you just lost track of where she is, but it's no good. So look, Reaper's just kind of running at your team. Instead of dealing with a Reaper, you decide to turn away for some reason. I don't know why you did that. You should have really dealt with the Reaper. Now you've let the Reaper get in. He gets tons of value now. He wraiths out. That's fine. So, punch. Again, this is not a duel that you actually want to take, right? Reaper plus Mercy is just an auto win for the Reaper. You're just letting him farm ulti off of you. Ryan's going to have Shatter soon. Nano's popped. So you lose control of the Reaper again. A big thing is that you're not controlling the fight well, right? You're not controlling where anybody's going and preventing them from getting in. If you track the Reaper constantly, you can keep the Reaper from doing anything. Or could be very aggressive on the back line and trade for the Reaper. Ugh, you saw the Rhine charging with very low health. So right here, you could easily kill this Rhine while he's running. But you end up dying here. This actually would have been a reasonable time to pop ulti to get your armor refresh and immediately block. I think that would have been a reasonable call right there. Coming forwards again. Great. Kill the Mercy. Mei walls you off. You have ulti here. Right? You did a good job popping Nemesis first and holding ulti. I don't think you pop that ulti, right? They're going to die here already, right? You already killed the Mercy. They're both super low. I don't think you need to ulti here at all. This is another wasted ulti. So you should be playing up right now. So when you get the opportunity to go up here, you want to go up and you want to take their windows away from them. That way they can't drop into you, which is exactly what's going to happen. See, you have plenty of time to get up here and track this Reaper before he drops in. But because you're not playing up, so you're playing in the wrong spot, Reaper's going to get an open angle to get into your team. Right? He comes in, does this, and you might say, oh, what am I supposed to do right now? This is too late, right? You should have prevented the Reaper from ever getting in. You go after the Rhine, which is okay, but not great. And then you get charged and nanoed and killed. And for the record, you're also LOSing your healers. You know? So knowing that Rhine, I mean, like many things have gone wrong. You should have been playing in Windows, stopping the Reaper from getting in. But after that happens, right, you want to play slow because you know your backline's dealing with the Reaper, right? So play cover here, play cover here. You also had a shield that you could possibly use to block Shatter, right? I know Shatter's coming. This is not an angle that I expect the Rhine to shatter. I know the Rhine's going to want to shatter this way to try to get as many people as he can. So this shield's in the wrong spot. If he's going to shatter, right now, like knowing the situation, I would keep circle strafing to the right and force him to solo shatter me, right? Staying in front of him now allows him to shatter me plus more people. See? And that shatters your Moira, which prevents the Moira from saving you. I don't know what happened to Riptire. And that's probably the end of the game. Yeah, nobody's going to be able to contest from there. All right, so quickly, things to work on. Number 1 is don't challenge Reapers, especially don't challenge pocketed Reapers. It's not a good fight for you. And number 2 is in general control ranges, right? Understand, like, you don't do more damage at close range, so you might as well play at the maximum range of your punch against heroes like Rhine and Reaper. That's number 2. Number 3, ability usage. I think you wasted a lot of shields, in particular, is a really, really big problem for you. Number 4, I think your ultimates are generally not coming out at the right times, right? Use ultimates to turn even fights into one fights. Don't use ultimates in lost fights, and don't use ultimates in one fights. Cool. And I would say number 5, like general positioning, like knowing where to go and what space to take on a map is really important. Unfortunately, I don't have a map guide for New Queen Street, but I do have it for other maps that might be helpful for you. All right, I'm going to stop there. Hopefully this is helpful.